Have you ever been to a vet with your furry friend? It's always a nerve-wracking experience. For some of us, it's even more so if our pets don't get along with other animals that we meet there. In this case, when the vet called this Chow Chow's name, she became very protective of the cat she was watching over. But why? Why does the dog feel the need to guard the cat? And what exactly happened when the vet finally took them both into the examination room? You'll find out in today's story. In the meantime, please like this video and subscribe for more daily stories about cats and dogs. The big and fluffy Chow Chow was a loyal guardian of the house. She was always ready to protect the people living there. And now she was going to do something similar, but her victim wasn't a burglar or an uninvited guest. It was just the neighbor's ginger cat who had gotten into the house again. The cat lazily walked around the yard, ignoring the dog. However, all their walks ended the same way. The dog wanted to attack the cat, but the owner didn't allow it. But one day, everything changed. The owner had to take both the dog and the cat to the vet. Moreover, they would have to wait for their turn in the waiting room. This was a torture for them because the cat hated being cooped up in a cage, and the dog couldn't stand the fact that its favorite toy was just sitting there calmly licking its paws. When it was finally their turn, the owner opened the carrier with the cat inside. The dog started barking loudly. The cat got scared and tried to hide in a corner. It meowed plaintively. The owner calmed the animal down, stroked it, and closed the cage. Then she turned to the next patient. She unclipped the leash from the Chow Chow, scratched her behind the ears, and said, "Be good, girl." Before entering the office, she left the dog outside the door, telling her to stay there until she came back. The Chow Chow whined softly, but obediently sat down near the door. She knew that her human wouldn't leave her alone for long. However, the woman spent much more time with the cat than expected. The dog started getting nervous. Every time she heard her human's voice, she hoped that she would come out with the cat in her hands. But no one appeared in the doorway for a long time. Finally, the door opened and the owner came out, but instead of the cat, there was a strange dog in her hands. It was a small Yorkshire Terrier. "Who is that?" the dog asked. She saw that the Yorkshire Terrier was shivering. The owner sighed and explained that the little dog belonged to one of the tenants of their apartment building. Its owner had gone to the store and locked the Yorkshire Terrier in the apartment, but it managed to get out through the balcony. Now the owner needed to take the dog back home. The dog understood that she was being entrusted with another living being, and she felt responsible for him. She stood up and wagged her tail, showing that she was ready to accept the new friend. The Yorkshire Terrier also wagged its tail in response. It liked the big and fluffy dog. Soon they were friends. But then the dog heard a familiar meow. It came from the carrier with the cat. The Yorkshire Terrier started barking loudly, hiding behind the dog. The dog didn't know what to do. On one hand, she liked the little dog and wanted to play with it. But on the other hand, the cat in the carrier was scared and might get even more scared if they started playing. The dog looked at the owner for help, but she was too busy talking on the phone. The dog decided to take matters into her own paws. She stood up and went closer to the carrier. The Yorkshire Terrier followed her. The cat meowed loudly, and the dog barked at it. After that, the cat fell silent. Then the dog laid down near the carrier, whimpering softly. The Yorkshire Terrier curled up beside her, pressing against her side. Maybe the dog's plan would work. She hoped that the cat would calm down by the time the owner returned. Soon, the woman hung up and noticed that her dog had made friends. But she also realized that something was wrong. The dog was lying on the floor and whimpering. The woman bent down and stroked her, asking what was wrong. The dog licked her hand and barked twice. Then she went closer to the carrier and nudged it with her nose. The owner understood everything. She picked up the carrier and the dog immediately perked up. She started wagging her tail, hoping that her human would let her take the cat for a walk. But she only got a shake of her head in response. The owner carried the cat into the office, and the dog sadly watched them go. She felt sorry for the poor animal, but she knew that her job was to protect it. The dog waited patiently until her human came out of the office with the cat in her arms. Then she stood up and wagged her tail. The owner smiled and scratched her behind the ear before leaving. The dog was happy. Her job was done. She could finally take a walk. However, her joy was short-lived. As soon as the owner left, the cat hissed at her. The dog yelped and moved away. She didn't understand why the cat was angry. After all, the vet visit was over, and now they were going home together. The cat jumped out of the carrier and ran under the sofa. The dog wanted to cheer it up, so she brought her favorite toy and started playing with it near the sofa. The cat came out a bit and watched her. The dog suddenly stopped the game and barked at the wall. She heard some scratching sounds coming from outside. Then the dog and the cat went out onto the balcony to check what was happening. The dog barked loudly at the scratching post. Suddenly, the glass door to the balcony slid open and the neighbor's cat slipped inside. The dog wanted to chase the uninvited guest away, but the cat quickly hid behind the washing machine. The dog was confused. Usually when this happened, the cat would run away immediately. But not this time. The ginger cat just stayed there, looking at her calmly. The dog couldn't believe it. She barked louder, but the cat still remained unfazed. The dog decided to scare her off with a hiss. It worked. The cat quickly dashed out into the hallway. The dog proudly looked at her human. She did her job well. Then, the woman started cleaning the balcony, and the dog stayed by her side. She knew that if the cat dared to sneak in again, she would definitely drive it away. Soon, the owner finished tidying up and went into the kitchen. The dog followed her, bringing her favorite toy. She wanted to play, but her human was too busy. So the dog went back to the balcony. She lay down near the door and watched the street. She was ready to pounce on any uninvited guests. When the cat finally got on the windowsill, the dog felt a surge of anger. She barked loudly, jumped up, and smashed the glass door. The cat hissed and scratched the dog's nose. It hurt, but the dog was ready for it. The cat jumped down and ran away. The dog wanted to chase it, but her human stopped her. She was furious. The dog never liked this cat, but now she really wanted to get to it. The owner soothed her, promising that they would go for a walk soon. The dog wagged her tail in response, but she still kept an eye on the cat. Meanwhile, the cat was slowly making its way through the bushes. It was enjoying the hunt. Every time it saw the dog, it backed away a bit. It was a game for it. But the dog didn't think it was funny at all. She wanted to catch the cat once and for all. And when she finally reached it, she pinned it to the ground and growled menacingly. The cat was scared. It meowed plaintively, hoping for mercy, but the dog didn't show any. It seemed that it would eat the cat. But then the owner came running and pulled the dog away. She was furious at the sight of the dead cat. The dog licked her hand and wagged her tail, but her human didn't appreciate it. She sighed and said that she needed to go home and change. The dog looked at the cat and felt sorry for it. She didn't mean to kill it. The owner picked up the cat and walked away. The dog watched them go, realizing that it was her fault. She should have listened to her human and not chased the cat. Now it was gone, and she would never see it again. The dog felt bad. It was the worst day in her life, and the owner only made it worse. She kept yelling at her, saying that she had killed the cat. The dog couldn't understand why her human was so upset. She had only chased the cat. They had been playing all morning long. Hadn't the owner seen that? She thought that the cat was enjoying their game, but apparently she was wrong. Now the dog didn't want to play anymore. She curled up in a corner and fell asleep, dreaming of the time when she and the cat would become friends.